What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Cracker Crumbs update. Yay! It's Turkey Day! It's a dying turkey. Um, anyway, it's Thanksgiving morning in the wee hours. It's like 1 a.m., 12 a.m. Hang on. 12 a.m. I was ahead of time. Yeah, lots to talk about today. Lots to do here. Um, it's kind of a little bit low because the wife is sleeping. She's getting ready for the orgy of food that we're gonna have later on today, which will put us into a turkey coma. People know how it works. Um, Before I go any further, I want to thank one of my new subscribers, Oddfellow's Thoughts. Appreciate the subscription. Cool stuff you got. And I want to congratulate R Downey95, who comes at you live for his 805 subscribers. He's in the 800 range, which is very cool, very impressive. So, congrats to you, R Down95. Cool stuff. Keep them coming. Um, yeah, I wrote a lot of stuff down because my memory's pretty much gone. I am now free of debt. Yesterday I was actually able to declare bankruptcy, and they approved it. Thank God. I was biting my nails. I'm like, oh God. So, free of debt now. Yay. Um, so what does one do with their newfound freedom of debt? They go to Subway and they buy a sandwich. But anyway, also check out the Edge of Blades because he's got he has some artwork that he's selling, which is pretty cool stuff. I'm an artwork person myself, and shown a couple of my stuff. People see my Wolverine drawings, but he's got some good stuff. Pretty cool. Um, Legendary Collectible. Good guy. Love the channel. I'm glad you're doing alright there, Chief. I'm glad stuff's coming along. And you tagged me in a video. Never been tagged in a video before. So I'm gonna do the answer the question and the tag and stuff like that later on. So I was gonna do a separate video, but since it's a Thanksgiving video anyway, it kind of fits. So good job. So at the end, I'll do your request of the tag. So bear with me. Going into Hippies Collectables. Actually, before I get into Hippies Collectables, Dynamic Comic Duo. Funny stuff. Videos are freaking funny as hell. And DaCosta DC Comics. I sent you a comment. I thought your last video, I thought you were playing the Macho Man. Ooh, yeah, I'm Scott Summers. But yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty funny. But anyway, Hippies Collectables made an awesome video about first appearances, which basically not only sums it up, but just flat out answers like everything as I guess I was trying to say, and did it in a better way than I could. So very cool. I love the video. I'll watch it a couple times because it clarifies things where you're just like, it's like one of those things where everything's so simple. You're just like, it just goes over your head, but then it's like, but I do have a question for you, actually. You or Captain Strangelove or whoever else can answer this question. Anyone who was around in the 60s or 50s, whatever. It's going to sound weird, but my question is, what were comic book stores like when you were a kid? Because I know my father used to tell me that there weren't any comic book stores really back then. He was always saying whenever he got a comic or a magazine, it was always from like a candy store or something. So I was just curious what it was like back then when you were a kid, how you get your comics. Because now it's easy. You go online, you can get stuff, you can go to stores. But anyway, so I'll leave that to you. And it was kind of funny because when you were talking about the Spidey Black costume with the Marvel Team Up 141 and Amazing Spider-Man 252. And of course, Deer Nuts. Which I told that joke to my friend, as I told Hippies Collectables, I told him on a comment, I was like, he was sitting there for an hour, he just didn't, I guess it didn't register, and then all of a sudden, oh, Deer Nuts. But yeah, actually, I'm probably going to get my shipment probably like Friday or later, because it's the holiday. But I actually was able to get Marvel Team Up number 141 from Midtown. It definitely was under the buck, but it was near some Deer Nuts. It was pretty cheap, actually, so I'm kind of pleased that I got it, grabbed it. moving on, moving on. Let's see what else I have here. Yes, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do a review. I'm gonna show you some stuff that I got. That isn't comic related, but it kind of is in a way, I guess. So it's weird. And then I'm gonna follow up, obviously, with what I'm thankful for and legendary collectibles tag thing. So let's do a quick, somewhat review here. I finally got Catwoman number 13. I got the second printing, whatever. Um, I don't know what all the fuss about. This actually, I thought it kind of sucked. It was really kind of boring, and I was just like, all right, it's like blah blah blah, Catwoman, blah blah blah, I steal stuff, blah blah blah, I'm now almost naked, blah blah blah. It's pretty much what it was. So I was really disappointed in that one. I don't know what the whole big fuss thing was about. Moving into Batgirl number 14. This was really cool. I really like this one. This was very interesting. Um, Basically, I don't have my card. I lost my spoiler card. I'll have to make a new one. If you don't want to know the plot of this, you might want to skip ahead a little bit. But basically in this, it almost reenacts the exact way that Barbara Gordon was shot by the Joker back in the day, and it's almost like she gets to relive it in a way, because it kind of happens again, but now she sees that she's stronger from it, but it just really really good book. It's worth picking up. Moving on to the Amazing Spider-Man number 515, because like I said, what I'm going to try to do now is which is going to be one hell of a hard, expensive task. But I'm going to start at the newer Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man comics, and work my way backward. Unless, of course, I see deals on the old ones, and of course I'm going to pick them up. But I got this one because I thought the cover was cool. But the story blew. Wasn't all that great. The cover's really cool. I guess it proves you're right that you can't judge a book by its cover. But I like the cover, but the story was just kind of boring. Basically, Peter Parker's teaching a class, and he has to substitute like a social studies class and a citizenship class, and he sees an old friend that was always picked on in high school, and how he kind of ignored him, and it was just, I don't know, it just really wasn't all that great. There was really no like Spider-Man action to the very last page, and it was just like a splatter effect. Moving on to Amazing Spider-Man number 506, the Book of Ezekiel, Chapter 1. Again, I got this pretty much for the cover, but I wanted to figure out who the hell this Ezekiel guy was, because I remember reading a little bit, like I got sporadic, like I would get a book here or a book there. This one wasn't bad. This one was pretty much all talk too, but it was just an interesting book. It wasn't bad at all. I actually kind of like this one, and I'm going to try to get the next one if I don't already have it, because I don't remember reading it. Amazing Spider-Man number 372, one of the old ones with the Spider Slayers. This one was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it was pretty cool. It had some cool Black Cat stuff in there, which I'm a Black Cat fan, so it's one of the main reasons why I picked it up. But it was interesting. I mean, I have the one after it, and I have the one before it, so, again, a lot of the reasons why I'm going to pick up some of them is just to fill in the gaps. Amazing Spider-Girl number 0. This didn't suck, but basically what it is, it's definitely a must-have if you want to know about the Amazing Spider-Girl, because it's basically her keeping a diary on everything that happened from her beginning until, I guess, wherever it left off in the last of its comics. But it's just basically she's keeping a diary about everything, and that's all it is. There's no real action. It kind of looks like if you ever read like the Marvel Saga, stuff like that, where it's like almost like a dictionary of things, and it shows different covers. That's pretty much what this is. But it was good, for a quarter. What can you do? What can you do? It was worth it. Put in the collection. X-Men Legacy number 1. The new stuff from next week. I know in Midtown you're actually able to order number 2, and I'm not going to order it. It wasn't a bad book. It was just kind of it was like all over the place. Like basically, it's just all about Legion, and I was never really a huge fan of Legion to begin with. But it's basically all his multiple personalities and all the powers that he manifests. He's trying to control them, I guess, trying to be a better person. But it just wasn't all that great. I mean, it was kind of interesting with his got a prison called the Mindscape Prison, which is basically he keeps all his multiple personalities in there, like locked up, and then he has like this creature that comes out and drains each personality of its essence or whatever, and then he can pick and choose what power he wants to use without going nuts. But it was interesting, but I'm not really. I wasn't a huge fan, so I'm like, not gonna get it on. This one, Deadpool #1. Actually, I got the variant. I like the variant cover better, but this was actually pretty funny. Basically, Deadpool. There's a guy that's complaining about the United States and the way America is and how it's like run down, and which technically he's right. But he resurrects. He does like some kind of spell and resurrects all like old dead presidents, and it's pretty funny. Deadpool like fights FDR. He fights at the end it's like George Washington and John F. Kennedy. It's crazy. Definitely worth picking up. It's pretty cool. Very, very funny. And actually, I'm just ordered the second one, so that'll be pretty cool. This, like I said, I've been very pleased with this storyline so far. It's been pretty cool. Amazing Spider-Man #697. This was actually really good. I'm actually enjoying this with the two hobgoblins, and Spider-Man kind of finds the Green Goblin's like ultimate stash, I guess, and he has like a. I guess it was supposed to be a Goblin glider, but he kind of makes it into a Spider-Man glider, which is he gets away on. But it's kind of cool because I'm gonna have to definitely backtrack a lot of the stuff because he contacts Harry Osborn, who is now bald with like a biker goatee going, and he's like, just for me answering this phone, he's like, I have to move my whole family again, so don't know what that's about. I have to take that look, but he helps him out of a jam. He tells Spider-Man a password to get into the Green Goblin stash. But it's just a really good issue. It's kind of cool. Like at the end, they show Roderick Kingsley, who was the original Hobgoblin, like franchising. Like he's like this, even though he's the Hobgoblin, the new Hobgoblin, he's kind of letting him be the Hobgoblin for a fee. And it's just an interesting book. It was really cool. It's definitely worth picking up, and I can't wait to read the next one. Moving on to Venom #27, Minimum Carnage Part 5. This was pretty cool too. The one before it, like I said, was kind of boring in a way. But what was the one before that? Anyway, this is pretty cool. It was a whole out war between him, Scarlet Spider, and Carnage, and Scarlet Spider actually cuts Carnage's head off, and Carnage just kind of is like, "Hey, what are you doing?" and puts it back on. And but the conclusion I ordered, so hopefully I'll be getting that by the end of the week, and I just ordered online 27.1, which I guess it says it's the continuation of this, which I don't get the whole .1 crap. I mean, back in my day, they would just make another issue, like number 28 would be the continuation, but this is Marvel. Marvel likes to be confusing. Moving on to the first X-Men #4. I enjoyed this book. I thought it was cool. It was kind of a different arc on things, I guess. But what's funny is I guess it's not doing too well, or maybe I'm reading it wrong. But at the end of this book, it says tune into next issue, which is the first of the last. And supposedly it's the last issue. I guess they're only making 5. Unless, like I said, unless I'm reading it wrong. But it's pretty cool. Like they fight this, like, I guess he's kind of like a I don't know how you would describe him. I guess like a parasite, I guess, in a roundabout sort of way. Like he kind of grasps himself to people and controls them. But it's a good book. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Neil Adams did some good work on there. And we're gonna move on to some non-comic things that I picked up. Well, I didn't really pick them up. My fiance picked them up. This I got as an early Christmas present from my fiance's mother. She got me an Amazing Spider-Man ornament. Which basically, if you see my Christmas tree, which I'm going to have to put up soon, one side is all comic book related, and the other side is all my fiance's stuff. I have the cooler side, of course. But, yeah, so, but I have, like, tons of different Spider-Man. I have Batman. There was a Catwoman ornament that I was looking at, and I want that on the tree. So, who knows if I'll get that one. Apparently, I was told not to go into the store and buy anything because I'm supposedly getting stuff for the holidays. I guess my fiance picked up a few ornaments and my future mother-in-law picked up a few, but stuff that they actually picked up. Like I said, I got this. She gave this to me today for early Christmas present. But we went to Hallmark looking, and we found some ones that I guess weren't on my fiance's list, but they were cool nonetheless. We grabbed the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which this is him right here, and he actually makes noise. It's pretty cool. And when we saw him, I was like, "Oh my God, it's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man!" And my fiance was like, "Oh, we have to get that. We have to get it." And we were sitting there because we were looking at a lot of the ornaments, and that's not for you. We were looking at a lot of the ornaments, and we were like, "Oh my God, there's so many!" And she's like, you know, because my fiance used to work for Hallmark, and she used to go crazy and get all these ornaments. And every year we kind of sit there and be like, "All right, you know, let's get an ornament or two." But last year and this year, we went a little nuts. We bought because last year they had a lot of stuff. I got like a Green Lantern. I had a whole Avengers thing, a Spider-Man, a Wolverine, all these kick-ass ornaments. And this year they actually have quite a few. They have Lion-O from the Thundercats, which I did not pick up because apparently I'm getting that later on. Because I went to, I was like, "Oh my God, Lion-O," and she's like, "No, you can't get it." So that's when you know that it's already been bought. And, but these are the ones that we picked up, and I got uh, a DeLorean from Back to the Future. Doesn't do anything, but it's just really cool. I was looking at it, I was like, "Oh my God, they have the Back to the Future DeLorean." She's like, "All right, you can get it." Because they're pricey. This thing was like, this was $18. I can't really say it that well. Yeah, $18. Stay Puff was actually he was 18, and then my fiance we love this movie. We watch it every Christmas. It's our tradition. Um, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We got the moose mug, which is this, and actually.
I can't believe that you're actually standing here in my living room, Eddie. I never thought that they would come. Yeah, I'm excited about it too, Clark.
It would have been funny if it was the real actors, but
Can I refill your eggnog, Eddie? Get you something to eat? Drive you out in the middle of nowhere? Leave you for dead? No, I'm doing just fine, Clark. So, Eddie, where'd you get the, tenement on wheels? Oh, that's an RV, Clark. That's a good-looking vehicle, ain't it? Don't you go fall in love with it now, Clark. We're taking it with us when we leave here next month.
love that movie. Makes me laugh. Um, that's pretty much all the ornaments that we got, which are pretty cool. Like I said, who knows? I might have a few more coming around during the holidays, like Lion-O. They had a Green Lantern that was pretty cool. Um, whether or not I got that one too, I don't know, because I have a Green Lantern where he's flying with the ring. But this one was Ryan Reynolds holding the lantern, and he was actually sticking the ring in there. And when you hit the button, it lit up green, obviously, and he would say the oath. But it was pretty cool. They had some good stuff. But moving on to, I guess probably the most important part of the this video is since it's Thanksgiving, you know, everyone gets around the table, you know, family, friends, stuff like that, and kind of be grateful for what you have, and you know, family stuff. So I figured I'd throw around my 2 cents on what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for an adamantium lace skeleton with claws, um, web shooters, and a spider sense. I'm thankful. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Those were wants. Whoops. What am I thankful for? Just thankful that my family's doing, you know, pretty good, and everyone's kind of at peace with each other in a way. I'm thankful that I was actually able to declare bankruptcy and not have to go to jail for something. I'm thankful that tomorrow is my birthday. Very cool, because if it wasn't my birthday, I'd be dead. I'm not thankful the fact is my birthday was actually supposed to be on Thanksgiving this year. It's like every 7 years my birthday falls on it, but because of leap year, my birthday skipped this year, and it sucks. I was pissed. I was like, "Oh crap," because I like when it's on Thanksgiving. My when I was a kid, I think when I was 10, it was on Thanksgiving, and no, I'm sorry, when I was 7, and I went to my aunt's house for Thanksgiving, and I didn't know she was doing anything for my birthday because it was, you know, it was kind of like, you know, it's Thanksgiving, you know, who am I to, but it was cool because we had the Thanksgiving dinner, and my aunt, you know, always had like this huge like food spread because like the whole family was always at her house, and she brings out this this like giant turkey, and I'm like, what the hell? And you could look at it because it looked odd. You're just like, wait a minute, something's wrong. And inside the ass end of the turkey was a cake, and that's what I remember because I remember I had to blow on a turkey's ass. It's really wrong. There was like this cake like sticking out of the turkey, and the candles were like sticking out of the thing's ass. She's like, "Go ahead, make a wish." I'm like, "Oh man, that's just wrong." I guess maybe that's what kind of molded me into the creature I am today, blowing on a turkey's ass. Just messed up. But yeah. But then she was joking. She actually brought out a real. It was a Carvel cake, which was a turkey, and it had my birthday on. You know, my birthday. It had my name and everything, and I was excited as hell because I realized that when my birthday falls on Thanksgiving, everyone all around the world is thankful that I'm around. Yep, conceded. But anyway, moving on to last but not least. Well, not last but not least, but you know, it's the last of the thing. So I hope he doesn't mind too much. But Legendary Collectible asked in a tag, wanted to make a tag video about what comic am I most thankful for to have in my collection, which is a pretty good question. I've never really done a tag video before, and I would have, like I said, I would have made this a separate response video, but I figured it kind of fits into what I was doing here. So, the one I'm most thankful for, I had to think really long and hard, because I love the fact that I have the first, well, not the first, but Incredible Hulk 181, the first full story of Wolverine, which it's not the greatest of conditions, but it's graded, it's cool, I have it. Um, then I was thinking, I was like, oh, maybe I'll pick Spider-Man #1 that's signed by McFarlane, which was really cool, because that was just I loved his artwork on Spider-Man, and I was like, maybe the Amazing Spider-Man 300. I'm like, but then I was like, duh. The one I am most thankful for in my entire collection of comics is it's just an awesome comic because it's just kind of like lighthearted, but it's Stan Lee meets the Amazing Spider-Man #1, and the reason I'm most thankful for it is because I have it signed by Stan Lee, which is just friggin' amazing because I got to meet the guy. This is the guy that created all the kick-ass characters, and it just felt so weird to be like in the guy's presence where these characters I grew up with, reading and just loving the stories, loving the artwork, and I'm just like, this is, and as a kid, I was like, oh, it'd really be cool to meet this guy, and that's never gonna happen. And I remember, like, when I was a kid, I was always telling my mother, like, I'm never gonna meet Stan Lee, I'm never gonna, I'll never get a chance to say, how I love all his stuff, and then, this year, what can I say? Fate came around and said, you know what, guess what, you're gonna meet Stan Lee, and I was like, oh man, because I tried to meet him last year, and at the New York Comic Con, and you couldn't do it unless you won a raffle, which was crazy. But I got a chance to meet him this year. I had him sign this, and he was just the greatest guy. He was just really, really nice, just a flat out cool guy, and I was just amazed. Like you're standing online, like when you're meeting Stanley, you're just like, he's right there. It's like I never really get like starstruck like that, but I was just like, this is the guy that created all the kick-ass things, and he's right there. And there's like so many things you want to talk to him about, but you just can't because. Not that I wouldn't talk, but they kind of rush you through. But it's just like, so what I'm most thankful for is this book right here, that's signed. Got a chance to meet him. It was cool. It's actually a really good book too. It was, like I said, it's lighthearted. It's fun. Spider-Man basically visits Stan Lee at his apartment, and they just talk about stuff while he's making him cookies. So it's just a cool book, and it's like I said, it's signed. Very cool. So, if I get this correctly, I'm supposed to tag somebody in a video, but since Legendary Collectible tagged 2 people, I might as well tag 2 people. So, Hippies Collectibles, you are tagged, sir. What is what are you most thankful, the comic you're most thankful for in your collection? And the other person I'm going to tag is Mongo Stomptime 07, Gary. So the 2 of you guys are tagged, so let us know what you're most grateful for of the comic in your collection. And I believe that will do it. Yeah, I'm going to go try to get some rest, because I have the orgy of food that's going to come later on, then I'm going to have to make sure I don't wear a belt, stretch pants, and then I'll be put into a food coma, which will bring me right into my birthday, which will be fun. It's on Black Friday, yay. what do I get to do for my birthday? Oh, I get to stay up, which I do anyway. So I guess I really can't complain. I have to use my nocturnal talents and go shopping for everyone. Because my fiance's mother, future mother-in-law, gave me a list. She's like, "Can you get all this stuff? Because I'm gonna be asleep." I guess. So basically, the first like 8 hours of my birthday, I'm gonna be freaking in lines getting stuff for everybody for the holidays, and then hopefully, it'll be a low key birthday. I'm not really. I mean, when I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, bro," but now I'm just kind of like, I'm another year older. So I told my fiance that I just want a low key birthday tomorrow. I just want to sit around, watch some movies, watch some TV, and eat some Chinese food. That's about it. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I was thinking of going to see Red Dawn, the remake. Maybe, who knows? I think I'm just gonna sit around and do absolutely nothing, and celebrate the fact that I'm doing absolutely nothing. Um, but anyway, thanks for watching this extremely long Thanksgiving episode. I hope you enjoyed the little picture in the beginning. I did have other ones, but they just really weren't all that appropriate, I guess. Uh, if you want to see them, you can check out my Facebook page. But thanks, and thanks for Thanksgiving, the day where we killed a bunch of Indians to get their land. Native Americans. No, but anyway, I really am. I'm thankful for that I have my family. Everyone's cool. They're all well, they called me yesterday. What do you do on Thanksgiving? What are we doing? But normally it's kind of like, but yeah, I'm just thankful to be alive. I'm thankful that I'm in good health. Thankful for kick-ass comics and people here on YouTube watching my stuff. Thankful for that, and yeah, that'll do it. I covered everything. Maybe I will get an adamantium skeleton for my birthday. Who knows? I don't know if it'll be grafted to me or not, but how long I'm gonna hang in them, whatever. Anyway, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you really like what you see, hit the subscribe button. And of course, there's so many people to name, but I'm gonna do my best here. I really have to make a shout out video. I've just been procrastinating. Legendary Collectible, check his stuff out. Manga Stomp Time 07, R Dowdy 95, Dynamic Comic Duo, Casa DC Comics, Warzone Spider, Hero Hunter 81, Hippies Collectables, Captain Strangelife's, oh my god, Callie's Collectibles, T. McFarlane Fan, Cursive Man, Mr. Fix-It Smash. These are all people that have great stuff. Deadpool Rules 91. Sweet Jesus. uh, Trying to think. The Edge of Blades. Check out his stuff. He said he's got some artwork for sale. Very cool artwork stuff. I liked it. There's dozens more. I have to definitely make a shout out video. Why not art? He's got great stuff too. Just a really nice guy. Captain Cummings. I think that's all I can remember. I'm sorry, everyone. You know who you are, and I will make a shout out video to everybody. I promise. Just have to be after the holidays. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and as always, well, before I get into that, just definitely know the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts. And it's not the size of your man cave that matters; it's what you have in it.